Have you ever overgrown your plants and wondered if it was too late to transplant? Or what to deal with the root system that's overgrown? Well, in this video, we're going to get into it. You're here with Mark Batwell at perfectgardens.com. So occasionally I end up going through some of my past videos and I end up finding a video that I feel still has some merit or value and I think I could still use to share with you guys so you could learn something. In this video, it was from an operation that we started in 2014 to 2016. I know when you watch this, a lot of you guys, especially some of you guys that really know what you're doing, you can pick apart this video 10 different things of what did wrong or how your plants could look better. Although where I do ask you to take into consideration is something called the Cole and Powell rule. Basically, you need to take action with 40% of the information, but if you wait till 70%, then you probably have lost most of the opportunity in the deal. Also, it's messing around with the 80-20 principle and also dealing with the power of just starting and getting it done. So it first started actually with this client that started with just 2 veg lights and 4 indoor grow lights. And he was credit worthy. He was capable of taking action and following instruction. And within a year and a half, we then expanded to an outdoor grow, just a single 20 by 50-foot greenhouse. Then in a single grow, we were able to take the proceeds from that grow operation and expand it out to 6 more greenhouses. And then from there, we were able to take it from 1 harvest a year to 2 harvests a year, and then to continuous production year-round until other issues arose that had nothing to do with growing and more to deal with politics, which maybe one day we'll get into it. Although this video is about where I had told the client to go out and get 700 clones, whatever you could find, and I gave him a rough idea of strains and names and a couple of different things to watch out for. I was like, we need 700 clones, just go out there and get them done. He brought them back and we basically put them under veg lights out there just guerrilla growing, because I talk a lot about how to grow year-round outdoors, especially if you have the landscape and you don't have a lot of neighbors and you can do something like this. We were able to veg these plants. As you can see behind me, these plants are kind of lanky and they don't look the best. At the end of the day, of course, if you can transplant them directly into the ground, that's going to be ideal because you're not going through transplant shock and through other issues. But in this sense, we were vegging the plants so that we had time to put together the other 5 greenhouses and expand this entire grow operation. Again, like I said, a lot of you guys can nitpick at this, but when we expanded into this grow operation, we were able to produce this one harvest, even with these lanky plants, we were able to produce close to 1,000 pounds of inventory in May time period, and then repeat that same process and harvest a little more while in the September-October time process of regular harvest season. So I know they look lanky, I know you can pick at it, but I'm letting you know that sometimes it's just about getting the job done, working with what you have, and sometimes you're not going to get these ideal environments, but it's about doing whatever you can do on a daily basis so that whatever you have in that moment, you're still working so the plant's capable of reaching its best and possible potential, and whatever that is, the best and possible potential you'll know after you chop down your plants and you return on your investment and your actual harvest. So let's go ahead and get into this video about how to transplant your root system after you have vegged a little too long while guerrilla growing.
Hey guys, so today we're going to cover some of the systems and processes of transplanting and how we go through the process of when we veg all the way to when we transplant. So they've been vegging for a couple weeks or a couple months early in the season. So what we're going to do is we're going to dig the holes on the opposite ends so we're not filling the soil back in. So we'll dig the holes on the outside to the left and the outside to the right. Next we'll then come back in and we'll get the close hole, but we won't dig the ones to the left right here because we don't want to kick soil in. Next thing, we're going to come over here and we're going to transplant. Go ahead, pause. Okay, next, this is just a plastic grow bag we use, 3 gallon. We like to use 3 gallon. As you can see, the plants can veg pretty big in here. Problem is if you let them go too long, they start to get a little root bound. Products that you can use are Hygrozyme or Sensizyme to help break down the roots after they've been going like this. You don't want to transplant in your holes like this. So what you do is you come right here and you just massage the roots. It is a little easier if you have some water on the bottom. They'll start to mix up before you put anything in there. I'm not tearing the roots. I know it probably looks a little tough right here, but definitely not tearing the roots. Go ahead and pause. Okay, so right here when I was transplanting, they were accidentally grown in net pots. What's going to happen is the roots are going to get girdled and they're going to begin to choke off the plant. So what we got to do, we actually got to cut this plastic off. Some of these little procedures you got to do to make sure that these plants are going to grow healthy. Cut this off, and normally it's not supposed to be like this. Normally you'll find, here, we'll do this one real fast. Normally what you'll find, tear this open. They look beautiful. See the worms. Just throw them in your hole. And then massage the roots. You normally won't find something like that. Label is very important. You do not want to lose your label. You always want to put it right to the side so you can keep track of your plants. Fill in the soil. And then we'll come back around and build a levee or a burrow just like this so we can water the plants and the water can stay in the trench. Thank you so much and have a great day, guys.